Good morning, good afternoon, good evening. Welcome back for another video. In today's video, we're going to take a look at Solana and try to come up with a price prediction for the 2024-2025 bull run, if we have a bull run, which if you're confused about that, don't be scared or anything like that. But I talk about that in depth in my first video. And so I give a most bearish scenario and a normal bull run cycle scenario. And that's not going to be any different for this video. But before we dive on into that, I just want to remind you, this is not financial advice. This video is for entertainment purposes only. Please do your own research, and I am not a financial advisor. But anyway, without further ado, let's go ahead and dive on into this. So Solana, what are we looking at right now? We're looking at a very pixelated chart of Solana right now. And here's the reason why I'm showing you this chart first. And it's to simply illustrate I've seen this chart before, not Solana, not with Solana, but with Binance. All right, go back with me to the spring of 2021. What did we have in the spring of 2021? We had meme coin mania. We had PancakeSwap, Binance. And I remember I was very much in on that. I had some Safe Moon, Safe Mars, Shiba Inu, Cake, all that. I had $80,000 worth of Cake at one point. That was insane. And the access point to all of that was Binance. So people would buy Binance and they didn't care about the price of Binance because Binance was their entry into all of those other cryptocurrencies. And so what we saw was just Binance go straight up, not really caring about the technicals, not really caring about the price, because people who were in on it were just trying to get in to this world of meme coins that opened up to us in the spring of 2021, and they just wanted in. So we're seeing, and here's the Binance chart, by the way, it was just straight up. And I was fortunate enough to have bought Binance at $22 and then ridden it up to $750. I probably didn't sell the peak. I don't remember, but $750. It did a 33x or something like that in my portfolio from bottom to top. And we're seeing the same thing happen with Solana right now. So why is that? Well, it's simply that is where the Mcoin Energy is happening right now. It's not just Mcoin Energy, but NFTs, when NFTs return, there will be some kind of return with NFTs. There's Ethereum with their insane gas fees, and then there's Solana. And Solana, much lower fees, a much more pleasant user experience. So people have migrated very much so from the Binance Smart Chain to Solana. And from a fee perspective, Solana is far superior. From a perspective of going on Radium, going on Bird Eye, here's another website that you can buy and sell Solana meme coins on. I'm a little bit torn because there are some complications with getting in and out. There are some warnings that I've seen with my Phantom wallet. I've played around with this. I've tested it. That, you know, this is probably not going to go through, so you need to restart the swap and try again, and you do that 10 times over and over again. But as far as the cost perspective is concerned, it's worth it. And so picture this, if you will. Solana is the entry point. People with these meme coins, these random meme coins, this is a random meme coin on my website. People are buying Solana. And then what are they doing? They enter into this. People are doing this all day, every day. Some of them are. They enter into a meme coin. They see that meme coin go up, and their goal is to increase their Solana holdings. And so picture that. You buy Solana, then you sell it, and then you buy it right back, and you have more Solana. And for some of these people, some of the degens, they're not even really picturing the price of Solana. What they're picturing is 1 Solana equals 1 Solana. But perhaps I can turn my 1 Solana into 1.2 Solana with a trade of a meme coin. And so the goal for many of these people has been to increase their Solana holdings. That is insanely bullish for Solana. And you think you've seen Solana go up and, you know, perhaps it's time to cool off. And I'm just going to tell you right now, Solana can go much, much higher very quickly. And that is what I would expect to happen, to continue to happen after a little bit of a cool off time, is short term. I mean, we'll see spot Bitcoin ETF is dropping. That could very much be a sell the news event that would affect the whole crypto market. But normally we'll see. it could very well happen that we could see Solana over $150, over $200 within the snap of a fingers. That's just the way it works with meme coin mania, this is not even anywhere near a mania. So with all that in mind, moving on, a couple of things that I'll say about Solana. First of all, their tokenomics aren't amazing. They're not the worst. They're not on my list of cryptocurrencies with terrible tokenomics. In the last year, they have added 60 million to their supply. They're currently at 430 million. From the peak in 2021, they're up about 60% in their supply. That's not great. And I talked about this in the Ethereum video because Ethereum has a deflationary supply, but the reason why they're deflationary is because they make money. They make lots and lots of money. And so with that money, they're able to utilize some of that towards burning their supply in every transaction, just a little bit microfractions in every transaction. So that's how Ethereum makes money, through those ridiculous gas fees. Solana makes money. Algorand makes money. Internet Computer, they make money by inflating their supply. You've got to have it one way or the other. And so for a lot of the other layer ones, they're choosing to inflate their supply. They're choosing to do an invisible tax on the holder. That's really what it is. But with Solana, it's working out so far because people are actually using Solana. And so, okay, you know, tokenomics, whatever, it doesn't have to be this terrible thing at every point, but it is something to keep in mind. And you can see that reflected here in the price chart versus the market cap chart. Price is about 40%, a little under 40% of the way to its previous cycle top. And the market cap, as you can see here, is much closer. Solana peaked at about $75 billion in market cap as of the day that I'm making this video. It's a $50 billion market cap. Let's just, toggle back and forth between that. This is what cryptocurrencies with highly inflationary tokenomics look like. And so market cap's getting close to that all-time high. So another factor here, taking a look at market cap dominance, we're seeing that market cap dominance right now is very close to where it was when it peaked in 2021. It's at 3%. It went a little bit over at 3% when Solana peaked in 2021. Do I expect more or less market cap dominance throughout the next bull run, the next time Bitcoin hits a new all-time high? My answer is very much yes. I expect Solana to increase in market cap dominance. I said in the video on Ethereum that I expected it to just kind of flatline and maybe, and slowly decrease over the years, over the next decade and a half or something like that. But I also said in that video that I expect some other layer ones to kind of chip away at the pie, gain slightly bigger pieces of the pie. And I very much expect that for Solana. I would not expect a 3% market cap dominance, a 6% market cap dominance with Solana, but something like 4.5%. And that is going to be a guidepost for me over these next few minutes as I do give you actual price predictions for Solana. So here is my most bearish scenario, a scenario where Bitcoin does not put in a new all-time high and Ethereum does not put in a new all-time high. In this scenario, Solana can still put in a new all-time high, but it's probably more disappointing for the general public than I think what a lot of people are expecting. And so what's this scenario? Well, most bearish scenario, I give two different options here. 4.5% market cap dominance at a 702 total crypto market cap retrace, which is at about $2.3 trillion. That would be a 702 retrace in the total crypto market cap, $2.322 trillion. 4.5% market cap dominance for Solana gives us a price of $213.06. So that's option one. That is the most bearish price that I would say I see for Solana. That's about double where it is today, less than double of where it is today. The next most bearish scenario is simply a double top to the 2021 peak. That the all-time high for Solana at its wick price, not its daily close, but its wick price is $258.70. I could see that happening even if Bitcoin does not put in a new all-time high because of the usage of the ecosystem. And I've been talking about that for months. You guys know, for those of you who are regulars on my channel, that Solana was one of my top 5 bear market buys. So to see Solana go to a double top, to see something like, what is that? A 30x in this most bearish scenario from bear market bottom to its peak, that's pretty fantastic. But let's talk about the normal cycle scenario. Let's just say everything goes as it's always gone despite macroeconomic concerns. Where do I see Solana going? This is probably, if you see Bitcoin hit a new all-time high, I actually do have a lot of confidence in the prices that I'm giving you. And I do think they're more reasonable than what you're going to see from other people. So let's take a look at that here. Here's where I could go, and I'm not going, but here's where I could go. Looking at the Fibonacci charts, I do not see Solana going beyond a 4.236 retrace, which would put it at a price of $1,072.98. But here's the deal. Some people are going to look at this and say, yeah, that is the highest point that Solana could go. But remember what I said about Solana's tokenomics and their supply. They have a lot more supply in circulation than when they peaked in 2021. That is going to have an effect on dragging down the price and the maximum potential price, and that we're not going to hit this $1,072 price. It's just not in the cards for this time around. I hold that with a lot of conviction. So what's the remedy for this problem? Well, taking a look at the market cap chart, that gives us a different story, something that is much more attainable. And I could very much see this happening where the market cap hits a 4.236 extension. And wow, I mean, that's a $340 billion Solana. That's almost where Ethereum was. It's pretty close to where Ethereum was when Ethereum peaked in 2021. And that, to me, makes sense that we would see Solana this time around get to a market cap, well into the $100 billion range, the 9-figure range. And so a $340 billion market cap, well, what does that give us in terms of price? Well, that's a little bit difficult. Let me go back to this chart right here. Here's where there's some difficulty in trying to figure out what that would mean under normal cycle terminology. Solana's supply is inflating into perpetuity. It's never going to level off, and that is a bold business strategy, but it's going to continue to inflate like this for the remainder of its existence. And so you can see, as of the day that I'm making this video, 430 million Solana in existence. Over the last year, they've added 60 million. So a year, let's just say a year from now, 2025, January of 2025, we see 490 million Solana in circulation. But, if we see a peak, a normal peak in the fall or winter of 2025, that would give us something like a 550 million Solana in circulation. Now, for the sake of simplicity, I just calculated based off of 490 million Solana, but it depends on what Solana's supply is going to be like on the day that it peaks on a normal cycle scenario. And so under that scenario, this is the range that I'm kind of giving. A 4.5% market cap dominance at a 7 trillion total crypto market cap. That gives us a price of $642.85. Or a 4.236 Solana market cap retrace, $340 billion Solana, which gives us a price of $694.59. I do not believe that Solana is going to go higher than that. I would not say ever for any cryptocurrency that I'm 100% certain that Solana is not going above $694.59. But that is something that if I were to have to make a bet on my entire fortune, whatever, on whether or not Solana is going above $694.59, I would say with a great deal of conviction, to a point where I would not sleep poorly at night, that Solana is not going above that price. And so if you see people calling for $1,000 plus Solana, just know here's what I would say. Ask them how they came to that conclusion. But if they're basing it off of a price retrace, I can't really blame them for that. I strongly disagree because of how inflationary Solana supply is. If they're basing that off of, well, $1,000 is a nice round number, they still have a lot to learn. Have nothing to do with them, and encourage them to do more hard data research and to understand tokenomics. That's all. But anyway, that is all I have for today. I hope you enjoyed. And if you liked this content, if you gained value out of it, I would greatly appreciate if you subscribe to the channel, hit the like button, leave a comment. Let me know if you think that this price is just insanely low, insanely high. Would love to hear all of that. But otherwise, I will see you in another video. Peace.